So my first business failed terribly. It crashed and burned, and here's every lesson I learned along the way. So, before I begin, what did I do and what was my vision for it? Well, my vision was I wanted to create a denim jacket with Kevlar or a truly protective motorcycle jacket made out of salvage denim and Kevlar. I didn't really see a lot of good looking jackets out in the market at the time, and so I said I could be that guy. At that time, at 19, I had gotten my first motorcycle working hours at Macy's and only to afford that motorcycle. Once I got that motorcycle, I just straight up quit. But that's besides the point. Once I got that motorcycle, I wanted to create my own gear and look the way I wanted to on the bike. So I thought I'd start with making a salvage denim Kevlar jacket the way I wanted it to look. Because everything else looked like a regular, like, it looked too motorcyclish and not like fashionable denim, which was what I wanted from a jacket. And so I went about it. I'm like, you know what? I said I want to do it. I did a Kickstarter, which failed. I didn't do any product development or anything like that. But I'm all over the place. Let me start with my first lesson. The first lesson I learned is don't have tunnel vision. When I was creating this jacket, I started in the product development phase, and all I focused on was the product development. I didn't do any social media. I didn't hype up my product. I didn't create an email list. I did nothing. I'm like, hey, you know what? I have this idea. Let me get the product done. And I got hardcore tunnel vision. I saw no other route. And this was one of the lessons that I didn't learn until pretty much my company burned. And I had tunnel vision on the product development. And then as soon as the product was in my hand, I'm very much like move on to the next step, like one thing at a time, which is also tunnel vision. Is from there, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start the Kickstarter. And I shot this video for the Kickstarter. I didn't shoot it. My friend helped me shoot it. And my friend is beyond amazing at what he does. And I'll leave his link in the bio. And he helped me shoot a Kickstarter, didn't help me with the photography, and helped me do it all. But like, as he was taking the photos and he was helping me out, I wasn't hyping up the product like I should. Because like I said, I got tunnel vision. I'm like, let me have everything before I start. And in a sense, I looked for the perfect moment, realizing that there is no perfect moment of there's no time where everything will come together and you're like, okay, now I can do everything. That's not how it works. And so I got tunnel vision on that. And then as we were launching the Kickstarter, we had a whole script. We were doing everything. My brother helped me with the script. He's a copywriter. And so it was good copy. It sounded nice. It was good. And my friend helped me shoot it. And I didn't do anything except the Kickstarter. And then once the Kickstarter launched and I saw that I had to get people to it, I didn't even think that far. I'm like, oh, dang, how am I going to get people to my Kickstarter? And then that's when I started social media and I started doing TikTok. And I was doing really well on TikTok. I got my first two videos for my company got 50K each. And then the doubt came in. And that's this lesson number 2 is don't doubt yourself. Like, I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera, but I had to be in this case. And so I started doing the social media posts and they did really well. And I only did 2 because the question, I started seeing the comments coming up, which is like, oh, this is a nice looking jacket. And it was a nice looking jacket. They're like, where's the slide test? Where's all this stuff? And let me see how it does on like I don't know, a slide. Oh, it looks good, but denim melts into the skin. Things I didn't even account for, things I didn't really even do. And then it's just like that question of like, will I be able to sleep at night knowing that if someone crashed in my jacket, they wouldn't be safe? I think they would have been safe. A lot of me knew safe, but I didn't get a lot of the testing done. So that doubt was in the back of my mind. And because of those questions and stuff like that, I didn't continue. I feel like if I didn't doubt myself that hard and I started just continuously posting, I think I would have gotten my Kickstarter goal. But and that testing that I could have done it down the line. This was a Kickstarter. It was a startup. I shouldn't have taken it like at a professional level of like the top people. I did look into like the testing and stuff like that, and it was super expensive. You had to have inventory, And it was scary, honestly. Like when I was getting those questions, it's just like, oh, do a slide test. I'm like, I got one sample and that's all that I have left to budget for. And so if I tear up the sample, what else am I going to shoot video with? And it was tough. I just kind of stopped. I cut all momentum pretty much. And then as cutting of the momentum, I still raised some money. I wanted to get 10K. I think I got 3,000. I feel like if I kept up with it, I would have easily hit my goal. Or maybe it was 30K. But whatever it was, I think I could have hit my goal if I kept up with it. Um, and that leads me to uh, the third point, which is don't beat yourself up too hard. Like this is I was so with that tunnel vision, I was so stubborn. I can use a boxing analogy here. Is I just didn't roll with the punches. I just took them, stopped, got stumbled, went forward the same direction, stopped, got hit, fumbled, and I wasn't able to pivot because of that tunnel vision. And and that also that not beating yourself up too hard is like I had this perfect vision of how the Kickstarter should be, how the photography should be, how I wanted it. And that led me to my fourth lesson, which is trusting talent. Uh, with starting this company, it was all me. It was pretty much all me. I had a little help here where there where on like the product development end, on the vendor end. For the most part it was all me. But when it came to like the script for the Kickstarter, I wanted it a specific way. But my brother, who's knowledgeable in this field, is like, "Hey, bro, I don't think you should do it this way." But at the time, I was so I didn't trust talent, and I changed the script. And I think if I kept his original script, I think the video would have flowed a lot better. Also, the person who helped me shoot the video, he's amazing. He's crazy good at his job, and he loves what he does, and he's a truly talented individual. And he helped me shoot the Kickstarter completely free of charge. And this is a learning lesson for me, is that when I saw the Kickstarter, I beat myself up for not looking the way I wanted to on camera, or not having this, or not having that, or not being lean enough. And like I every single insecurity at that point poured out. And objectively, it was a very good video. It was good, but that was such a hard hump that I couldn't get over. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot it myself. I'm gonna do the script myself. I got myself a green screen and I tried to shoot it, and it added like 3 months to my time, when if I just took the moment and completely trusted the talent that I had available, I would have done a lot better. And moving forward, I mean, these are all lessons I had to learn and this was a fashion company, and I've started a new company with my mom making chai masala. And I'm actively seeing how the lessons in my last company, how I have learned from them, how I'm able to pivot, that if something goes wrong, I'm not tunnel vision with it. It's like slip left, come in with that check hook, you're back on track in a different way. And same thing like with the new company Samadhi Chai, it's just like tunnel vision, right? Like it's not tunnel vision anymore. It's that, hey, here's an objective, but I'm okay with taking a detour. And for example, we do a chai masala mix, but when we sampled it out at a coffee shop, he's like, hey, I'm very interested in this product. Can you make a concentrate? And in the past, I would be like, no, I only do chai masala. Now, but I've learned not to have that tunnel vision. And we tried making concentrate, and it turned out really well. Now, is this an avenue of business I want to pursue? Not necessarily, because it was different. It's not that it wasn't from tunnel vision. It's now more like, hey, it's just not working out the way that we thought it would. So rather than trying to put more effort in an area that was already a detour and it seems more of a detour, it's better to repivot into the chai masala. And that's what we did. And even tunnel vision is like learning that lesson. Like with the chai masala currently, it's like I have this vision of doing an e-commerce brand and only doing online. But an opportunity to do farmers market came up, and with my first company, if I had something like that, I'd be like, no, I want to do online and online only. But we ended up going to that farmers market, and we sold out in less than 2 hours. We ran out of all of our chai masala, and we had to pivot to selling only cups of the tea rather than sampling it, and we sold an additional 3 to 4 cups. So that was something that I wouldn't have done, but I've learned from. And then that comes to my next point, which is trusting talent. Well, uh, I'm very good at interior design, but in this case, like, or a better example is when it came to doing the sign for the farmers market, marketing and advertising is not my cup of tea. I'm willing to learn, but it's just not my cup of tea. And my brother, he did the sign for us, and it would have been way better. But rather than being like, oh no, I want to see this, oh no, doing that, I completely trusted his side, his talent, and the sign did amazingly. It helped me not need to like continuously reach out to more people. I still had to, but the sign grabbed their attention reading it, and so it was a lot easier for me to transition into different things. So trusting that talent, even when it came to setting up the table, I have an eye for like how things should look, and I did pretty well. But what really brought it together is my mom got some flowers, and at first I'm like, I don't know if flowers, tea, chai, all that stuff works out well. But then she put it on the table, and it looked amazing, and it really, a lot of people like that interior design. She even brought a box that really helped excel and like make the table look amazing. But yeah, so those are the lessons I've learned. I mean, I could probably talk about more like on the more like emotional side of it, of like, hey, how to get over that hump. But I feel like that's a different, it's more like hump. It's like after that first initial defeat, not to bury your head in the sand, but to be able to like brush off, take a break, and come back and tackle it. But I feel like that's a different video for a different day. If you guys are interested, I'd love to talk about it. And anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I know how cheesy that is. I mean, everyone says that, but hey, if you liked it, you liked it.